Conceive, believe, achieve. Shut the f*** up.
You're listening to Believe You Me with Michael the Count Bisping and Paul Felder.
The BISPING'S podcast is back. I am back. I apologize. I left you all to the very capable hands, let's be honest, of Paul Felder, Mike Harrington, Brian McKay. I don't know if we still got a subscriber base and people still watching the show. If not, don't worry. Normal service has resumed. Here we go. Paul, thank you very much. I appreciate it. My bad.
No, when you're on the other side of the world and you've got to travel back from freaking Sydney and the way that the fights play out, you're in Sunday. We did the show on Sunday. It makes no sense. I'm sure I'll be in that position sometime where I won't be able to do it. I'm on the other side of the world and you guys are here. So yeah, no, dude, it's fun. It's fun. It's easy.
No, muchas gracias, amigo. But yeah, no, I wasn't flying back. I was being a degenerate in Sydney. I would love to say I was stuck in airports or whatever, but I was catching up with Jacko, my old mates.
I tried to be like,
you did. You gave me an out. Listen, I'm an honest man. You know what I mean? But still, we are back. We have lots to discuss. Paul, how you been? How's the hip? How's everything in your world?
The hip is good, man. The hip is really good. I even went to the PI. Heather helped me out. They did some physical therapy on me, a lot of cupping. My back was just riddled with all those suction cup marks. But it just felt good to get on a plane, go to work, do some research. I never thought I'd look forward to doing like notes in my life, but it gave me a little bit of a purpose. Now, will that continue through all the year? I don't know. Maybe not. But that first one after 10 weeks back felt very good to do it. Some good fights over the weekend. Obviously, main event was awesome. So, yeah, it's been good, man. Getting back from a work trip.
Flawless performance, as always, Paul. I thought you were very good, as were the entire team. Great interviews. I know you were like first ones back doing interviews. Couldn't tell. You didn't seem rusty.
You know what helped? Dude, the stands. You haven't been in the Meta Apex yet with the new setup, right? It feels
I've
like
been there when it's empty.
What's that?
I've seen the stands.
Oh, but nobody in there
when there's a crowd.
Towards the end of the night, those stands were full. It definitely gave a more of a vibe in there. It made it easier to get into the octagon. People are still cheering. People are booing. Whatever it is, there's just an atmosphere as opposed to, listen, we still love the Apex even the way it was, but it's much easier to get in there and get a guy to get some information out of him if he's hearing cheers or boos. Like Farrett was getting booed. They didn't like the decision, and, he was getting it.
I thought Basharat had a good fight. You know what I mean? And they were booing the hell.
Yeah, and he was right. He's like, don't boo me. He even said, if you think he won, that there's no problem. But we both just fought our asses off, and I didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah. No, I'm just bringing up the fight card there just to remind myself, because Farid Bashir had a great fight, by the way, against Jean Matsumoto. They missed out on a bonus, 100K. That went to, who did it go to, Paul? You know, you worked the show.
It went to, the fight of the night went to the Polish kid, Michal Oleszejczuk, and Marc-Andre Barrio got 100K apiece.
That was a good fight, though.
That's 3 in a row, too, for Barrio. I'm not sure if that's at least a couple in a row for Oleszejczuk, too, because he just knocked out Gerald with a really good performance in his last fight. That's 3 wins in a row for Oleszejczuk, too, since joining the Fighting Nerds. He didn't do training camp there this time, though, but he did have their head coach in the corner. I did get a pair of the Fighting Nerd glasses given to me, and out of respect, of course, I put them on for the interview.
I've got a few pairs of those.
It's like every time you interview one of the winners of them, you end up with a pair. They're great guys.
Have you got any of those hats? You know, like the Russians or like the Tajiks or whatever.
I have
stick the hats on you.
A fan gave me a hat when we were in, I think, Doha. I forget which one it is. It might be Kazakhstan. It might be Tajikistan, but it's one of the ones that, like, you know who wears it? Mitebek Otabay. Where is he from again?
Yeah, that's a crazy hat as well.
It's like that one. Yeah.
Like the dome.
Yeah. Like curls up on the sides and looks like almost like a Chinese food container. Not to be disrespectful, but
yeah. No. I tell you what, though, those Kazakhs, man, they are very, very generous because in Doha, the time before, where was it? I think I was in Abu Dhabi or Baku. and they gave me some Kazakh chocolate, which was very nice. I'm going to strangle my dog, by the way, if you guys can hear that barking. Can you hear it?
Subtly.
Okay, well, it's very much louder at this end. And then when I was in Baku, they gave me the hat. They gave me a scarf for my wife. Hold on.
That one.
Yeah, one of those bad boys.
One.
And they gave me a horse whip for my daughter because she rides horses. They're like a traditional Kazakh horse whip. I was like, oh.
I don't know where we were. It might have been Abu Dhabi, and Laura was there. And obviously, the whole her and Lovin out of the rankings now is Shavkat, but they gave her like a whole gown dress thing, and so they're always giving out gifts.
Laura's very popular in Kazakhstan.
Yeah,
very popular, and she loves a bit of shav
amongst other places.
But anyway, getting back on track, we're going to talk about Bautista. What a performance! Obviously, you were there. You called the fight. Oliveira, very dangerous, very exciting, thrilling style. Bautista shut him down perfectly, and then second round, got that takedown, got the crucifix. He's trying to, thrash his way out of it, takes a Kimura, tries to thrash his way out of that, scrambles, takes the back beautifully, and then a fantastic submission. I mean, and you know what? Bautista needed that because, he's been beating people, but there's been a lot of decisions along the way. So a good stoppage against an up-and-coming prospect, he needed that.
Yeah, he looked unbelievable. I mean, he looked to be in unbelievable physical shape, as he always does. And just the grappling, you almost forget, like, he's been in some really good striking battles over the years. He's got clean boxing, but his jiu-jitsu, not even his wrestling, but his jiu-jitsu, the way he like swept him with that one butterfly hook at one point. I mean, Oliveira had him up and down, and he swept it, immediately reversed it. And the way that he had, like you're talking about, had that Kimura, and he just thrashed out of it, was trying to buck out of it, and seamlessly took the back before you knew it. 2 seconds in that choke, and Oliveira was tapping out. And apparently he has a broken arm, had all these injuries. I don't know if anything was going to be different, to be completely honest with you, but it sucks for him too that he was fighting.
How do you feel about that? Because Oliveira comes out afterwards, says I had a broken arm. He did it about 6-7 weeks ago, something like that. And obviously, I don't know, you bring it up after the fight. To be fair, you're not going to bring it up before the fight because then they might
You're not going to fight.
Right? So then, I'm not saying that he was making excuses, but how do you feel about after the fight, they bring up that he had a broken arm?
I think when you've got an injury like that, you either don't fight or you just don't say anything after you lose like that, because you can't be like, because if you'd have won, then it's like, well, okay, who cares? You fought injured and you won anyway, and you went out there capable and thinking that you could pull off a win. Otherwise, you wouldn't have stepped in there. He apparently also cut like 30 pounds because of that. I don't know. I think that guy's got to get a little bit more dialed in. Fighting with a broken arm. It's like, what did you think was going to happen out there? You're fighting a guy as well-rounded and as good as Bautista. You're going to get fucked up, and that's exactly what happened. And I like Oliveira. I'm a fan of this dude.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, he's excited. And to be honest, broken arm or not, it didn't matter. The way that Bautista beat him, I don't think that was a factor in that fight anyway. So the better man won on the night. Any other big standouts for you before we move it? Obviously, Kyoji Horiguchi looked phenomenal again. Yeah.
Horiguchi. I mean, I think, you got to give credit to Marc-Andre Barrio and Olashechuk putting on another fight of the night, looking just like two dogs in there, beating the crap out of each other. Both Basharat brothers, first time fighting on the same UFC card. Yeah. Both pulled off wins. Both got tested to the max. Farrett by Jean Matsumoto, and poor Javid. Another situation where he's been on, a couple losses in a row, had that no contest. And then last minute, you're supposed to be fighting Said Nurmagomedov. And then you have to fight a brand new guy who misses weight. Unfortunately for that guy, Vasquez, he took it on like 2 or 3 days notice, couldn't make the weight. Understandable, but he brought it. It looked like he was going to get absolutely murdered in that first round. And then he drops Javid, and I think the second round at one point, and then made it a dogfight. So a lot of good fights. And
Matsumoto, by the way, Jean Matsumoto, I'm big on that guy. He is a great, talented fighter, and so is Farid. So, yeah, a good night at the Apex once again. We have lots to talk about, of course. We've got all kinds of mixed martial arts controversy and news and topics and breaking news and fight cards and shit to break down and announce. But it was the Super Bowl yesterday.
Yeah, sure was.
Now, as you know, I'm not really an NFL football, American football aficionado. But you got to embrace the American culture. I've lived here for 15 years now. You know what I'm saying? I get down with the Super Bowl. I try and enjoy myself a halftime show. I thought, right, I'm going to watch this bad boy. I got invited to a party, went to the party for a little bit, hung around for like an hour and a half, and then, bowed out politely and went and watched the rest of the game at home. Listen, I'm just saying, that game does not entice me to watch more games.
Yeah. Well, it shouldn't, because it was shit. It was one of the worst Super Bowls that I have that I have watched. The first half, I was thinking, you've got to be kidding me. I was even texting Michael Chiesa and Zach Candido, because obviously Zach, huge Patriots fan, Chiesa, huge Seattle fan. And I was like, guys, what's going on? Are we gonna find the offense at all? There was almost no scoring. It's the most field goals in a Super Bowl ever in history.
I thought the Patriots were going to come back towards the end, so that added a little bit of excitement. When
they finally got the touchdown, I was like, oh, thank God, because it was at least an exciting touchdown. It was a good pass, good catch. It looked like maybe they come back, they scored again, but by the time they scored again, that second touchdown, it was done.
Because given my very, very extremely limited knowledge, haven't the Patriots done that before, come from behind in like Super Bowl finals? Am I imagining that? I was dropping that knowledge when I was watching it yesterday with Callum. I'm like, oh, they've done this before. But I was wrong.
Maybe the other guys can chime in more on them coming back.
Herringbone, jump on, buddy. Don't worry, guys. We're not talking about NFL for too long. The UK viewers are like, what is this shit?
So Tom Brady did famously once bring the Patriots back from 28-3 down against the Atlanta Falcons, but that was Tom Brady at the helm, not 11-year-old looking second-year quarterback Drake May. So,
he really does look
years old, right?
He looks like he's about 12 years old.
Real baby face on that kid.
Callum was sitting there because he's 24 going, what am I doing? And this guy's 23, he's a quarterback in the Super Bowl final, making millions and millions of dollars. I'm like, get your shit together, son. What's going on?
What do you think of the halftime show?
The halftime show?
Oh my God, my daughter loved it. My daughter couldn't get enough. Bad Bunny is her favorite artist. She was standing up, dancing for every single beat. I'll tell you this, kept her attention way more than Kendrick Lamar did last year. Kept her attention way more than Rihanna did a couple of years before that. Turn on the TP USA halftime show like I did, just to see what the other side was offering. And I'll tell you which one had me. Yeah. The Kid Rock halftime show. I know which one had my body moving more. So, I enjoyed the Bad Bunny halftime show. What do you think of it?
Look at Harrington pretending like he moves his body.
In terms of a show, like the show, it was great. It was, you know what I mean? Like the whole, I don't know, walking through.
The marriage, the wedding part, that was they actually got married. Yeah.
Did they? I mean, that's a memorable one.
Apparently,
I did see some people complaining, of course, trying to turn it all political. Jake Paul and a bunch of others and saying this is the worst halftime show I've ever, blah, 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 blah. We all need to turn this crap off. It's like, whatever, man. It's just a show. It's a show for halftime at a football game. Okay? Don't read too deeply into it. Shut the hell up. Watch the game. Don't watch the game. I couldn't care less.
Yeah.
But are you a Bad Bunny fan, Paul?
No, I mean, not. I don't know too much of his stuff, but I just knew all the controversy that was going into it and how so many people were really up in arms about it. But at the end of the day, I'm with you on that. Listen, I don't really give a crap. It's a halftime show. People know this guy. He's a popular musician. And I didn't think anything that got done was really all that outrageous. It's not like he went out there and was screaming F America and this and that. You know what I mean? It seemed pretty vanilla to me in terms of making it a massive statement. I don't know. There was electric poles and things going on. There could have been more meaning to it than there was, it went over my head.
Yeah. Well, people want to get offended at everything these days.
They do. They certainly
want to get offended by anything. You can figure out a way. You can crack the code. You can find the message. You know what I mean? Just live your fucking life. If you're going to get stressed out at a Super Bowl show being in Spanish and not in English, hey, come on. Who gives a shit? Let's be honest. All right, this episode is sponsored by Prize Picks, which is basically a really easy and fun way to make some dollars while you're watching your favorite sport, like mixed martial arts. All you got to do is pick 2 to 6 player stat projections. NBA, mixed martial arts, football, you name it, they've got it. For example, will fighter such and such get more than 3 takedowns in this fight? More or less? That's it. It is really that simple. So shoot your shot on Prize Picks and get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. That's right. Prize Picks is now giving you $50 in lineups when you sign up and play just your first $5. Prize Picks makes every dunk, every dime, and every board that much more exciting. So don't miss the chance to get started on America's #1 app for sports picks. And of course, right now the NBA action is spicing up. So Prize Picks are offering stacks, meaning that you can pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. Want to pick more on Steph Curry's points, 3-pointers, and assists? Now you can pick them all in the same lineup, only on Prize Picks. Prize Picks puts their users first, so all withdrawals are fast and secure. Prize Picks accepts most major payment methods, making deposits into your account quick and easy this sports season. So download the Prize Picks app today and use the code BELIEVE and get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That is code BELIEVE to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. And there it is. Right. We got no big fights this weekend. We got no pay-per-view, but we do have some fight announcements. We do have Jon Jones. He's retired, Paul. It's crazy. The GOAT is gone. Again.
Yeah.
Again. He said that he's probably done because he's got arthritis in his hips, and that's why he couldn't wrestle Daniel Cormier at RAF. And because of that, he's had the realization that more than likely his fight career is finished. He said he was talking to a fighter, and this guy could hardly remember what his name was, and he doesn't want to get to that, and he wants to walk away with his faculties. And hey, listen, fair play, man. Fair play. That's what the game's all about. Get in, get rich, get out, live your life, okay? It's just the bloody inconsistency. You know what I'm saying? That's the only part that you can kind of. I thought he was trying to fight at the White House. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only thing we can raise an eyebrow. But fair play to the man.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. It's just now, if you're going to do this again, you really got to just stick to it. You've got to be dialed in on whether you're going to come back and fight or whether you're retired. Because let's be honest, arthritis in your hip, you could still fight.
Yeah,
go get a cortisone shot, and you're probably going to be able to fight if they're offering you $20-30 million, whatever it was that you were getting offered to fight before against Tom. If you're getting anywhere near that, I think you can figure it out. I don't know where he's at mentally, man. I think for a guy that's known as potentially the greatest of all time in our sport, between the ears, man, he struggles.
Well,
There's
he's a
no
man,
doubt about it.
And that's what kind of makes him so great in the first place. That will be a little part of it. But to be fair, we sit here and we go, either retire or don't retire. To be honest, there's not many people that have been in the situation that Jon Jones has, where essentially undefeated, right? Given the one Matt Hamill loss, which was that overturned or not? There was talk of that. Regardless, we all know what I'm saying. So he wants to retire. So, like, it was easy for me to retire because I had one eye. And then when I lost the belt, it was like, okay, it's done, right? And most fighters, when they retire, they walk away and say, I'll do something else. They're not having these gigantic opportunities to where there's 15, 20, $25 million if you do stick around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a little bit different.
Right. Then do it.
What,
Take
fight?
the millies. Yeah, fight. Just fight. I don't know, man. He's fucking crazy. Like he really. I anytime I've ever spoken to Jon, he's so nice and so respectful, but there's just this air of like you feel like he's calculating things and so there's more going on behind it. Like he makes sure to ask about your family and your kids and knows them. And I'm like, yeah. Know that kind of shit. You know what I mean? Like
last time I saw Jon, I was walking through a casino, the Aria or whatever in Vegas.
Yeah.
And, you know, I do the YouTube videos and whatnot, and I might have said some opinions that maybe he wouldn't like. And I saw him and he looked at me and I thought, oh, shit, here we go. He came over. He was nice as pie. You know, hey, Mike, what's going on? And I remember, because obviously we fought when I was fighting, Jones had just kind of signed. And I remember I was doing my drug test backstage. And Jones came over and he was like doing his piss test as well. And I wanted a copy of the paperwork, you know what I mean, to prove that I'd done the piss test.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, that's really smart. That's really smart. I'll do that going forward. I'm like, well, yeah, I don't want him losing the sample or not putting the paperwork down and saying that I never did a piss test.
Yeah, you got to do it all over again.
See, that's all. You know what I mean? It's not exactly, you know,
rocket science.
But yeah, but he's always been great face to face. I've never had a bad interaction with him once.
Same.
But he's fucking crazy.
But he's crazy. And then you'll just see him go on a bender or do something reckless, or he's now saying he's retired and then he's back. And I just think he can't stay out of his own way. He's one of those guys. He's one of the best to ever do it. He's made a shit ton of money. He could just be chilling and enjoying his life, but some demons are inside of him that are just preventing him from settling or continuing. You know what I mean? Like something he's just seems to constantly be in conflict with himself.
Yeah, well, some people are like that. Some people's minds.
Yeah, and it's a fight. It's the fight game. I mean, it's not like we're not all little fucking crazy.
No, we're not all fairies. We're not all sunshine and rainbows. Yeah. You know what I mean? A lot of us have a lot of psychological trauma that we've got to get dealt with. And, you know, that's what led us to the ring in the first place. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And we're not the type of guys to be sitting around with therapists and exercising our demons. No. You know, go out, get shit-faced, have a fight, get back in the gym, let it all stay bottled up. Do you know what I mean? And then when you retire, you're like, what do I do now?
Yeah,
you know?
that's my concern for old Johnny Bone.
He wasn't happy, though, because the streamer that he was talking to released it publicly. And I was like, yeah, but you were talking to a streamer.
Yeah.
That in its very essence, you can't expect that to stay private. I'm not talking shit, but it was like, I didn't quite understand that part unless I'm missing something. Oh, Harrington says it was the
meta glasses.
The meta glasses.
These guys right here. Well, I mean, you tell me, right?
Yeah, I know you're recording right now.
Glaring, flashing light that's showing up here.
Yeah, Brendan was wearing Jimmy Stewart's during the fights the other day, and I'm like, you're recording us right now.
You're definitely recording. It's so hard to miss that. That's crazy.
Yeah, but
you guys have. I mean, obviously you have a pair. Paul, do you have the meta glasses?
No.
You can cover that light up
pretty
easily.
Because I have some, and I was like, oh shit, you know, when I do my YouTube videos, this is going to bring a whole another dimension to it. I've never used them once.
No. Sorry, I just tried to block it, and it says that if you do cover this, it says your capture thing is blocked. You need to unblock it to use the camera. So
because that's the whole point. Is it's kind of got a self-regulating thing where you can't just hide.
You can't just sneak film.
Yeah, I mean,
also it's Jon Jones, and he may not have been paying very close attention to this kid who he wasn't directly talking to. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah,
oh, well, 100%.
It could have been like a media scrum situation. I don't know what it was.
I have it. I have it right here. If you want to watch.
Oh yeah, sure. Let's take a look.
Yeah, that's what I want to see.
Are you gonna do it,
bro?
I have severe arthritis, and most people don't know that. My left hip is covered in arthritis.
Damn.
I actually already qualified for a hip replacement.
Oh shit.
My last training camp, dude, I went to bed in so much pain.
Well,
UFC gonna cover it though, 100%. I have a 3-year-old baby boy. And I want to use what I got left with my hips. Play with his ass.
Oh yeah.
You know what? When you see it like that, number one, he wasn't looking directly at the guy, but just going back to what he was saying. You know,
it's daylight. It's daylight as well.
It's daylight as well. Yeah. That's a good point. But he's got a 3-year-old boy. He wants to play with him when he's growing up and stuff like that. You can't hate on that, man.
No, and see, but there you go. There's like, there's a genuine good moment where John's being genuine with people asking him a legit question, and he's being completely open and honest. It's you never know what you're going to get with him. Like if we could just have that type of Jon Jones interactions all the time, he has this genuineness about him in moments. And like, dude, if you really have such a bad hip and you need to retire, more power to you. You should be doing that. You don't need to do it anymore. But I just hope he really makes a decision and doesn't just keep teasing that he might potentially come back, because
the teasing gets a bit old. But I was just going to say, because I think generally for the most part, I mean, he is a good guy, but obviously we all know about the scandals, shall we say, which there are many, right? There are many, and there's a common theme, and I think a lot of people struggle with that, and that is alcohol and substance abuse. Do you know what I mean? And some people completely fucking change. I think I'm quite lucky. I mean, when I was younger, when I used to go like blackout, you blackout, so you don't know what you're doing. But like, I'm not like that. I drink. I pretty much stay exactly the same person. Some people, man, it just brings out a dark side to them.
For me, I really shouldn't drink whiskey. Like I was even talking to Christine about it the other day, because I still haven't drank it's going on 3 months now. I haven't had a single drink in almost since.
Well, I had your share in Sydney, so don't worry.
Yeah, I think I might be done. I might be trying to be done with it moving forward.
Famous last words.
Yeah.
What are you drinking? You were talking about these tonic things.
Well, this is just a fake beer, but like I don't know what, it's like a German beer of some sort. But yeah, no, there's you can get THC seltzers and stuff. So I mean, anybody that knows me personally knows that I still dabble in that, and it gets me through, man. It gets me through.
Well, you know, I'll see you.
And I got through Vegas. I got through my first road trip, getting on planes.
I'll see you in Houston, Paul. We'll put this to the test. Let's go. Not this weekend. Next weekend. What's the main event? Sean Strickland taking on Fluffy Hernandez. We'll save that conversation for next week. But I'll see you there, buddy. Well, you know, we'll see what this fucking. I missed the ride on drink on the podcast.
I didn't even go to one. I didn't even go out to dinner. I didn't go to dinner once while in Vegas.
No, that's when you get the good gossip.
I was dialed in.
Oh, all right. Anyway, right. Ilia Topuria, the man is back. He went through a divorce. They've reached a settlement. Everything's all good. He wants to come back. He wants to fight Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje apparently wants to fight him. There's talks of the main event at the White House. This is how it's supposed to go. Thank God. Yeah. Because Justin was calling out the winner of Max versus Charles. I get it, because Ilia was away.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But that's not what should be happening. It should be Justin, the interim title or the interim champ, fights the undisputed. Thankfully, normal service has resumed, and that is what we're going to see. Yeah. I think.
We'll see. I hope so. And I hope it's at the White House. It needs a big fight. I feel like that's guaranteed chaos between those two, and somebody probably getting put away. I'm also hearing that there's potentially only going to be 6 or 7 fights on that card for the White House. And it makes sense, right? It's a limited audience right there. It's on the White House. It can't be an all-day, big, huge thing. They've got to try to limit it down somehow, because everyone's talking about, like, poor Dustin Jacoby was calling for the White House. Hopefully he gets it, but you're talking about 6. If it's only 6 or 7 fights. Now, if it's a 10, 14 fight card or something like that, I can see it happening. But
have I chipped my tooth? I keep smiling. I see like a piece of my tooth missing.
I don't know. My bottom teeth are all chipped.
I thought I had like a bit of black or something. You know, I don't know what it was, but a bit of something. All these people calling out for the White House. Forget it, guys. Right, 6 or 7 fights makes sense, as you say. A limited audience. They can't have it for like 8-9 hours. There's not going to be 15 fights. And I'll just throw it out there because he's still on it. Michael Chandler is still calling for it. I don't know. Maybe he gets it, but I've got a feeling that he's not going to be on the White House card.
I'm 100% with you. Every time I see that, and listen, I got nothing against Chandler. I've always had good interactions with him. The dude brings it. He fights. He's a super nice guy. I don't know, Mike.
I don't know.
If we're trying to make this, now credit to him. You know he'll be in a crazy fight, but don't you want some guys that have kind of won a lot of fights recently to be on that card? If it's 6 or 7 now, if it's just a big event, you know Michael Chandler's going to bring it, but I I don't know. Unless on the other side is somebody that they're really trying to promote and push and want somebody that's just going to bring it and show up, make weight, and Chandler's your guy.
Well, he said he wants to fight the winner of Oliveira and Max Holloway for the BMF. Now, that sounds crazy because he's lost, I don't know what it is, 5 out of his last 7, something like that, right? And he got savagely beaten down by Paddy Pimblett last time. And this sport's all about, what have you done for me lately, right? We know that. However, the fights against Justin Gaethje, the fight against Dustin Poirier, they were fight of the year contenders just to give the man a little bit of his respect. Because you're right, I'm with you, bro. I don't think he gets in the White House, and I think he just needs to shut up about it to save a little bit of credibility. But no, he can't. He can't fight for the BMF when you've lost 5 out of 7. That's crazy.
No. You need to be a bad motherfucker who wins fights sometimes.
Yeah, you'd be a bad motherfucker.
You know?
But a bad motherfucker that wins fights.
Usually bad motherfuckers get some W's.
One of the guys fighting for that BMF title is Charles Oliveira, who holds 2 wins over Michael Chandler already.
Yeah.
How are you even talking about
bro.
Potentially fighting Charles Oliveira?
And listen,
that's crazy.
Credit to him, right, Harrington? Like, he's going for it. He's trying to speak it into existence. See you at the top. You know who called him out recently, though?
Who?
Dan Hooker wants a rematch with him. He's like, I'll see you at the top.
I'm surprised Dan Hooker never called out Paddy Pimblett.
Yeah.
I mean, he got thrashed. Obviously, I'm sure you guys did an electric job breaking down UFC 325 in my absence. You know, I know that everyone in the chat is like, oh, this is so much better, I'm sure.
I think it's our most viewed podcast to date.
But Benoit Saint-Denis beat him to a pulp.
Yeah.
But still, Paddy Pimblett also got beat. I'm surprised he at the post-fight presser, he wasn't like, listen.
I think Paddy and Benoit Saint-Denis are probably going to end up facing off against each other because they're right around the same ranks. It makes sense. I think it's a good fight for both guys. Obviously, it's a huge fight for Benoit Saint-Denis, but he didn't even call for him afterwards. He was trying to call above him, or he's calling for the BMF belt as well, Benoit.
Did he call for the BMF? I can't remember. That seems like a lifetime ago now.
Yeah.
I mean, the only guys above Benoit are Max, Charles, Arman, Justin. Do you think they give him Arman Sarukian? Because Arman's going to seemingly need to fight again.
Yeah, but potentially.
Arman versus Benoit?
Arman was even saying now, I don't know if he's just kind of being cheeky and kind of just messing with everybody because he was talking about going down to 145 and trying to make a run at 45 because he knows he's not getting any shot at the lightweight belt. And we talked about that on the show. And it's just like, I don't know how that me and you have seen that man in person and he's dense. There's no way. And he seems to struggle to make 155.
Yeah, I don't think he's going down to 145. I mean, listen, he pulled out of a title fight.
But that's a great fight for Benoit. I mean, sure, he'll jump all over that shit. They give him Arman.
That's a good fight. Paddy's a good fight because think about it. Benoit likes to take people down. Paddy, that's his skill set.
That's why I think it makes sense for Paddy. I think Paddy looks at that fight and thinks, okay, Benoit's powerful on the feet, but he's not so polished. He's a little reckless.
And you got to remember, it was only 15 months ago, whatever, when Renato Moicano brutalized him. You know what I'm saying? So he is a human being. He can be beaten by someone like Renato. So there's no reason why Paddy can't replicate that kind of beatdown. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I like that fight. I think Benoit and Paddy makes a lot of sense and would be a crazy, crazy fight. And I think a lot of it would end up playing out. Hopefully, I'd love to see those two have some crazy ground and pound, crazy grappling exchanges. Because on the feet, if they do stand and trade, it's just going to be, it might be a little sloppy, but it'll be fucking crazy. Paddy only throws crazy shit. And then Benoit does nothing but throw hammers at you the whole time. It's not like he's setting you up with the clean jab.
No, he's definitely not doing that. It'll be UFC 324 all over again, you know.
Yeah.
Slobber knocker, 2 piss heads outside a kebab shop, swinging for the fences with elite black belt jiu-jitsu, though, just throwing it on top.
Forget the jiu-jitsu. Forget it.
Ian Gary, of course, we haven't spoken about Ian Gary for quite some time. One of the top welterweights on the planet. He says that he's back in camp, and he also says that he has eliminated Shavkat. I think that's what he said, right? What did he say, Harrington? Jump on. Let's have a look at that stunning beard that you have, which is growing considerably since last time I saw you.
My wife won't let me cut it anymore. She's like, I like the length. Anytime I go to get a haircut or anything, she's like, you can trim it, you can clean it, but do not take the length down. She's into it. So
she likes the gray.
Yeah. Definitely makes me look more distinguished. Plus the meta glasses, it's like I'm a grown up.
Forget about it. Weird. I've actually booked into an emergency haircut on tomorrow because I've got a big meeting on Wednesday. Ooh. And like my grays come out on the sides. You know what I'm saying? If I get a fresh fade, it looks good. Do you know what I mean? So I don't want to go into this meeting looking like a guy that's almost 50, which I am. I'm like, hey guys, I'm still in my 30s. Look at me. What was the statement from Ian Gary?
So Ian Gary responded when Shavkat came out and said, he just had to have another knee surgery. So he is going to be out now. He just missed the entirety of 2025, looking like if he can come back in 26, it's going to be super late in the year. We're talking November or December after he goes to rehab for yet another, knee injury that he's dealing with. So Ian Gary posted the video of him throwing the kick to Shavkat's knee. And the quote that he had on there was, it was a title eliminator and I eliminated him.
You can't blame Ian Gary for coming out with that type of stuff, right? The guy's been a little bit polarized. I feel like people are starting to come back on board, though. What do you think? Because there was a lot of shit talk for a while and a lot of boos every time he fought.
I think the way he's fought, the way he's jumped in on short notice, the way that he doesn't really seem to care who it is as long as it's going to push him towards that title shot. I think even if you don't like him, people are certainly respecting him. I think the whole bringing up personal stuff and bringing up his relationship with his wife and all that kind of stuff, I feel like that noise has certainly quieted down because now he's back to doing what he should be doing, and it's talking shit and winning fights. And that's what he's been doing lately.
Yeah, that's very much 2023. That's gone. That's a thing of the past. He's beaten Bilal Muhammad. He beat Carlos Praches. The only loss in his career is to Shavkat. You know what I'm saying? So who is the opponent? Because he says that he's back in camp, but he didn't say who it is. Now, we know we've got kind of like a crazy stacked welterweight division. Islam, of course, Jack, Ian, Morales, Bilal, Praches, Sean Brady, Usman, and Leon. Who is the fight, Paul Felder? Who is he training for? It ain't Michael Morales. If it is, that's a risky one. I mean, Michael Morales is number 3. Machado's number 2.
Yeah, and obviously, if he's not getting the shot at the belt, who is getting the shot at the title then?
But
when is that going to happen? Because that's
Islam. But when's the last time Islam fought? It was Montreal, right? Jack Della Madrid.
No. He just fought Jack in New York in November. But still, we're now in February, and we're not hearing anything on that. I mean,
yeah, I think he's probably Ramadaning right now, right? Coming up soon, Feb, March, April, something like that. But he'll be. He's going to have a fight soon. I mean, that belt.
Sean and what? Buckley are ranked. Do we have
Buckley's number 9? Sean's number 6. I spoke to Carlos Praches in Sydney. We did me, John Anik. Well, John Anik was hosting the whole thing, and then the guests on stage were me, Carlos, and Joshua Van. And there was a big bunch of people from Australia or wherever in Sydney. They buy tickets and they have a nice 3-course meal, and then we're on stage. John Anik, bless him, he's hosting the whole gig, and John had to do all of the work because Joshua Van, incredible, right? Great fighter. He is a man of few words.
Yeah,
he is a one-word answer type of guy. And Carlos Praches, who's cool as hell. Right? They don't get much cooler. He's also a man of few words. So John, bless him, he's running around the crowd. He's doing Q&As with everyone at the table. So I had to jump in and talk out of my ass and have some verbal diarrhea just to fill some air. You know what I'm saying? But Carlos was saying Well, he didn't say who it was, but he said he's hoping to fight in a few months. He wouldn't give much away.
Yeah,
So
that's the problem right now, because there was rumors a while ago that we were hearing that Jack and Carlos might be fighting, and haven't
He
heard
said that's the fight he wants. Thank you. He did
That's
say
what he
that.
wants. And if Ian's in camp, I'm thinking it's got to be either Usman or Morales, man, because Sean Brady hasn't said anything to me, and I think Ian is not looking to fight Sean right now. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's on a win streak. Sean just took his loss against Morales. He already fought Prates. He already fought Bilal. It's either Jack to me or Morales, or maybe
for Islam.
No, for Ian.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's the original question. I've got on in my mind, but we never.
Oh.
My pick for Ian. It's Michael Morales. It's got to be.
You think Michael? Yeah.
Unless it is the title fight, because I'll be honest, Ian Gary, love him or hate him, he bloody well deserves it. You cannot deny that. You know.
I'm texting Brady.
So the reason I'm jumping on here is he gave a little bit of color. The very first video he posted from his camp, it's him sitting on a mat saying, if I was given the pencil and allowed to book the welterweight division, I would put myself, meaning Ian Gary, in a title fight against Islam. He said I would do Morales versus Prates just to see which one hits harder, and then do Usman versus JDM and see if Usman still has that fire to beat somebody who's at a championship level, which Jack was just at.
Well, that is fantastic matchmaking, because there's no man alive does not want to see Carlos Prates versus Michael Morales. That's a guaranteed banger. And he's right. Who's going to land first? Who hits harder? Usman versus Jack. I mean, that's a good fight. That's a good fight. And for the record, Ian Gary deserves it more, right, than Kamaru Usman. But do you think the career, do you think the legacy, do you think all of that gets him a title fight to finish off his career?
I think one more fight. If he can win one more fight against one of these top guys, we were just talking about Jack and how that would be a good fight. I think if he does that, then I think he could potentially fight for it. But I don't know if he's willing to do that, right? I think he'd almost be more willing to say, I won't fight them and just sit around than not fight for the belt. I don't know, man.
We'll see. We did have some fights.
Sean.
It's not Sean.
Because Sean may have something. I won't say anything because obviously it's not official yet. But
he might text you back with a matchup that he can't say publicly.
Potentially.
Okay. I'm just going to make a prediction.
Who do you think it would be if you thought?
It ain't going to be Leon Edwards. Bilal Muhammad?
I don't know. I'm not saying no. I'm not saying yes.
No, you are neither confirming or denying. I'm just merely spitballing as like an MMA fan would do. Anyway, whatever.
It's top 10. That's all I'll say.
Top 10?
Which is not saying much.
Joaquin Buckley, Numanza. Let's go. I'd like to see that matchup. I don't know if it is. I don't know if it's not.
I don't know if it is either. But
any goddamn news, right?
I'd like to see that.
Championship rounds and spinning back fists, and all you little dickheads start posting shit.
Oh, yeah, I know, right?
All right, today's episode is sponsored by Fume, which is a flavored air device designed to help people quit vaping and smoking by breaking the hand-to-mouth pattern. It's simple, natural, and honestly, it's kind of genius. No nicotine, no batteries, no vapor. Just a weighted, twisty, fidget-friendly tool that gives your hands something better to reach for when cravings show up. Now, most attempts to quit fail for one reason. They try and remove the habit without replacing it. Fume is the replacement, a flavored air fidget device that lets you satisfy the urge to reach for something without nicotine, vapor, or batteries. Just clean, natural vapors and a fidget-friendly design that feels good to you. So don't just try to quit. Upgrade the habit loop, reach for Fume instead. Now, of course, it's January, New Year's resolution. I'm going to stop smoking. Easy on day one. Then the cravings hit. By day 5, you're back to your old habits. Well, not with Fume. Fume are here to help interrupt the old pattern. And of course, lots of flavors, the crisp mint, the peach blush, or the gingerbread, amongst many others. And right now, when you grab a journey back, you also get a free gift. just for using the code BELIEVE. Fume has helped over 700,000 people take steps towards better habits, and now it's your turn. Use the code BELIEVE to get a free gift with the Journey Pack. Head to tryfume.com. That's tryfume, TRYFUM.com. Use the code BELIEVE to claim your free gift today. I did the Jackson podcast last week, and Bo Nickel was there. And so we were showing a little bit of takedown defense against the fence in the octagon. And, you know, we were only messing around. I'm like, come on, Jack, Bo. I'm like, come on, Bo. Come on, let's see what you got. Anyway, Of course, the man's a tremendous wrestler. So he picks me up high up in the air and then puts me down. And like an asshole, I just had to go for the arm bar and then the heel hook and all the rest of it. And it ends with me almost getting choked out and having my neck broken and going to hospital. but still, one tries. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Whoa.
It's coming. Armbar. Bisping is not playing around. He's going full wrestling against Bo Nickel.
Oh God! Straight reinforced.
As soon as he got that, like it wasn't even on fair play to him, but I was like, bro, the neck.
Don't.
We're not
I'll be
playing
back
with
in
the neck.
surgery in no time if you
Yeah.
that.
Maybe that's why, because I have been in severe pain over the weekend, but there's nothing new there.
You a cool guy, Bo?
Nice guy.
Yeah.
Nice guy. Class act. He really is. He is. I mean, I don't know him particularly well, but on the podcast, he was cool. After the podcast, when there was no cameras rolling or anything like that, he was really nice and very genuine. Nice guy. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. No, I'm not. We had some fight announcements, though. Lerone Murphy.
Yeah.
Taking on Movsar Evloev, of course. Volkanovski. Shut out Diego Lopez and basically said he wants to fight the winner of that fight next. That's been announced for London. We'll be there. Boots on the ground. We'll be calling the fight. Movsar says if he beats Lerone Murphy, he wants the shot. Simple as that.
Yeah.
That's how it works. Normal service has resumed. That's how it should be.
And that's why we love Volk. These are two dangerous dudes, whether it's Lerone or whether it's Evloev, and that's who he's looking for. Who's the next guy? And he even said in his post-fight, there's got to be some responsibility for these rankings. If these are the guys that are supposed to be the number one contenders, that's who I should be fighting. So credit to Volk on being a goddamn savage and a class act all at the same time.
He is. The man, he's an absolute bloody legend. I'm just looking at the fight card here. MVP. It's mental that MVP, this is the first time he's fighting in London.
Yeah.
Because he is a superstar, certainly in the UK and in London, because that's where he's from. When he walks out in that arena against Sam Patterson, which wasn't the blockbuster matchup I thought, but Sam Patterson is on a 4-fight win streak, I think. And they are all stoppages.
Four finishes. It's just, I agree that when I saw that, I was like, wow. I mean, good for Sam, but that's a tricky one. When you finally get the guy you want in the rankings and it's MVP, you're like, God, what the fuck, man? Like that's how you're going to do me?
Of all the people, Sam Patterson's on a roll. He's got 4 in a row.
I got to fight the English guy who's got the trickiest goddamn style in the whole division.
The most complicated style to defeat ever seen in the octagon. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Cheers, guys. Who else is on there? Luke Riley versus Michael Laswell. That's the co-main event. And the Ron Murphy Movsar Evloev O2 Arena once again. Also, speaking of London talent, Loney Kavanagh. Loney Kavanagh is stepping in. Are you going to be in Mexico?
No.
Houston, Mexico City. I'll be there. He's the main event against, who is he fighting again?
Brandon Moreno.
Oh,
Brandon
Moreno.
And I got to say, fair play to Loney Kavanagh, because a lot of people might be like, hold on a minute. He got knocked out in Macau last year against Charles Johnson, and he did. But not before. He was absolutely destroying the guy.
Yeah.
And putting on a truly magnificent display of mixed martial arts striking. Loney Kavanagh is amazing. His skill set is incredible. His ceiling's very, very high. The sky is the ceiling, for a throwback to an older show. And I mean, he who dares, he gets rewarded with Brandon Moreno.
Who was Moreno supposed to fight then?
Almabayev.
Okay, because I'm like, there's no way he was supposed to be fighting the number 15 ranked Kavanagh.
Yeah.
So
Kavanagh
was supposed to be fighting Bruno Silva at the next Apex event in March. He got the call 2 weeks earlier to go to Elevation Mexico City against Brandon Moreno after Almabayev dropped out. So he was in camp at least.
It's a tricky fight for both guys because for Brandon Moreno, you got to beat this guy.
Yeah.
Because he's ranked number 15. If you want to prove to the world that you're still one of the best, you got to beat the number 15 guy. But it's Loney Kavanagh, whose ranking isn't as high because he got sparked against Johnson. But that was one little mistake. He threw a combination. He never brought the hands back to the chin. And he got clipped on the exit. And it was a beautiful shot. And Loney's not someone to underestimate. So that's a really, really good fight. And I'm happy for Loney because I saw him in Shanghai afterwards. Was it Shanghai where he fought? It was, not Macau. And he was very...
And that's the main event for that?
That is the main event.
Wow. So 5 rounds. Elevation like crazy too. That
is it?
Oh, Mexico City is about 8,000. 8,000
sea level gain.
Yeah.
That was Mexico City, right? Who did he fight in Mexico City?
Verdum, right?
Yeah.
Fabricio. It is mind-blowingly high, Michael. Go for a jog for sure when you get there and let me know what you think. Because I did quite a bit of running when I was there, and you got to go real easy or you're just breathing through a straw the whole time. So imagine like grappling, throwing hard kicks as hard as you could. Like, dude, I don't envy the guys that fight there. God bless them.
I never fought at Elevation once. I did a training camp, Big Bear, California, 2007. Got off the plane, thought, I'm good. I'm good. Straight into a training session, rolling with all these black belts. And I'm like, what is going on? I cannot breathe. My lungs are on fire. The room was spinning. I had to go outside, throw up.
Yep. It's horrible. It's horrible. When I trained with Cowboy, we would train obviously at Jackson's in Albuquerque, and that's like over 5,000 feet. But then he lived in Edgewood, New Mexico, which is further up the mountains. And it's like 7,000 feet, something like that. And we would do our fucking wrestling practices there. And dude, and jujitsu. And Cowboy is pretty good at jujitsu. Dude, you get stuck in a body triangle and you're at 6,800 feet and you want to tap just from a body triangle. Or if somebody gets like shoulder pressure, you're like, you just want to tap.
And that kind of favors Moreno because obviously, he's Mexican.
He's been there, he's done it, and he's done training camps there. I don't know if he's doing his training camp there now, but I know he knows exactly what to do. I know he's going to get elevation chambers. He's going to do all the hyperbaric chambers. He's going to do all the things that prepare his body to fight there. And for Loney, it's like, now you got to scramble and try to figure out how do I speed this up and do the things that really, really matter to be able to prepare for it. And some guys handle it better. Some people are actually like from birth, the way your blood flow and the way your heart rate works are better at elevation than other people. So hopefully he's one of the lucky few.
But also for Loney, it's a challenge because obviously he's coming from the UK to Mexico. So, that's a long trip, whatever, yada, yada, yada. Moreno is established. Moreno is a Mexican. Moreno
is a hero there.
Moreno has all the experience. He is a former champion. He's made more money. He has more resources. He's going to be dialed in with the PI in Mexico, right? For Loney, when you're coming up, or for anyone, when you're coming up, you don't have the same resources. You don't have the same contacts. You don't have the same access to world-class nutritionists and all the rest of it. And you haven't got the same amount of money in your bank account to take your entire team and fly to the other side of the world and say, right, we're going to go 5 weeks in advance. We're going to stay in a lovely Airbnb. We're going to fly in a chef, and he's going to do all our food. We're going to do runs at 6 a.m. every morning because that's what you get when you come in, towards, really being established as a fighter, when you've been a world champion, when you've got those big paychecks. Moreno has all of that. Loney's coming in as the upstart, trying to upset rock the apple cart, but he hasn't got the same kind of resources. But that is just the fight game. Because I remember when I was trying to fight Anderson Silva, I'm like, this guy's making millions and millions and millions of dollars. I was like, I'm going to try and negotiate like a fight camp bonus in whatever, and they were like, yeah, get to fuck.
Yeah.
What I mean? Yeah.
You want the fight or not? Yeah.
Yeah, do you want the fight or not? You know what I mean? I'm like, but Anderson's the man, and they're like, no, but that's hopefully
the game, man. Well, hopefully for Kavanagh, though, you'd think maybe him stepping in, he might have been able to get a new contract. He might have been able to get something, especially with the new Paramount deal going on. And it's like you do a favor for them. You talk to Hunter, and maybe he helps you out. But still, you're right. It's not going to be anywhere near on the same level as what Moreno is making. And not only that, you're right. Like when he's there, he can get whatever he wants. People are going to do anything they can for Brandon Moreno to make sure that he's going to be successful in the main event in Mexico.
Roll out the red carpet wherever he goes.
Yeah.
And Loney, you better be careful, man. I'm not saying that the Mexicans are going to be poisoning his food.
They might not have to.
People do get food poisoning in Mexico.
They don't have to poison it. You just got to eat it. You got to eat it.
Stay off the tacos, off the quesadilla.
Stay off the street food. Don't eat the ice.
Yeah. All right. If you're a dog lover, listen up, because Better Wild are here to help you and help your dog. I've got 2 dogs. Harry, we love him, but his breath absolutely stinks. Ford, he's great. He's always scratching away like crazy because, well, dogs always have a lot of allergies, and they like to have treats as well. They're always begging for something. So now I can give him a treat whilst fixing their problems. I can give him a chew for Harry whilst it fixes his bad breath, because Better Wild has all kinds of supplements, all kinds of treats, and they're all designed to help something. I use Better Wild Allergy Relief Soft Chews, a supplement designed to support your pet allergies defense system by strengthening their digestion. They're actually the first and only chews with ancestral advantage wolf probiotics derived from your dog's mighty ancestor, the wolf, that help restore a healthy balance of good bacteria in the gut. Better Wild Allergy Supplement Chews include 4 key ingredients: a premium blend of wolf probiotics called the Ancestral Advantage, which is derived from kimchi that's been clinically proven to reduce itchiness and redness in just 2 months with daily use, colostrum to boost immune function and fight inflammation, salmon oil to support healthy skin and fur. And by the way, another thing is it'll stop begging all the time, wanting your food. You just give them one of the Better Wild treats because they love them. Harry and Ford absolutely love them, and I'm sure your dog will too. Better Wild is committed to helping your dogs with science-backed, veterinarian-approved solutions that turn out you can feel great about them. The dog are going to love them, and it's going to fix a variety of problems. And Harry's breath is already getting better. And right now, Better Wild is offering the listeners up to 40% off your order at betterwild.com/believe. That's betterwild.com/believe for 40% off your order. Betterwild.com/believe. Give your dog a treat, make it healthy, help them out, fix the breath, stop the scratching. Betterwild.com/believe. 40% off your order. How was the weather there, Paul? I mean, there is a cold snap of all cold snaps. It's supposed to be the coldest it's been in like 20 years where you are. I mean, how are you? Have you got your wife shoveling the snow again?
Well, luckily, no more snow for us right now. Just still the piles and piles of snow from that snowstorm that we got hit with weeks ago is still here, because it is freezing. Like this morning when I was walking the dogs, I think it was 8 degrees this morning. 8 degrees. Yeah. And I got off the plane yesterday and I went outside to get picked up, and I was like, you got to be kidding me. I was just in Vegas. It was 70 degrees every day, sunny, beautiful. And then right back to just this miserable crap here on the East Coast.
You know, it's hilarious. I read something this morning that said there's like $10 million in parking fines for people who didn't shovel out their shit, like on the streets in New York. Because Sunday, I think it's on Sunday, like alternate side parking rules go back into effect. So there are people whose cars are just encased in
buried
of ice, and they are going to be so fucked.
I'm
you
one of
those
them.
people, Harrington?
I don't think I'm pretty sure street parking on my street is free always, which is nice.
But like in Manhattan.
Yeah, no, Manhattan, they're screwed. But my car has been in a block of ice for 3 weeks now, something like that.
I shipped mine out the day after.
I saw a video of like a BMX biker doing tricks off of a snow mound over to a car, and he crashed really bad. I don't know if you guys saw it.
Oh, I did.
Jason
But that's
Strout
hilarious. I'll find it.
posted it on his story, and he tries to ramp up this snow pile and like hits the pole or something like that and goes flying.
That's
how bad it is.
I was thinking of you guys as I was strolling down the dog beach on Saturday afternoon. It was 85 degrees. I had my shorts on, Ford's running around having the time of his life. I did.
Houston's going to be pretty warm. I look forward to that too next week.
Nice. That'll be good. I've been to Houston one time. What's the vibe in Houston?
I don't know. I don't think I've ever been to Houston.
H-Town?
Any part of the city I've seen, it's very industrial. Like a lot of industrial complex.
Oh, this is it.
Car
this
parks.
is definitely it.
Oh wow.
It's one of the street fights.
Did he go into the store?
He went into the window or whatever it is.
Well, did you see that on the news? Well, you probably didn't. Around our way, some old lady just I don't know, lost control of the car, went straight first into a storefront, like on a main street. 3 people died.
Oh,
she's fine. 92 years old behind the wheel of a car. I mean, I don't know. I shouldn't have brought it up, but it just reminded me of that. Harrington, give us a non-MMA story. Hopefully something
more positive.
Cheer us all up. Like me.
So I thought this was fun. I'm throwing you a curveball. I was just following up on the discussion we were just having. But so this guy was driving around neighborhoods, driving his car into snowmen, just as like a bit of sport. So he posted on Facebook that he is currently looking for the group of rambunctious teens who put cinder blocks in the middle of a snowman so that when the guy who is hit and running all these snowmen would mess up his brand new car. I just dropped it in the chat here, but yeah, he posted on Facebook the damage that was done to his car and said it's really not funny, and he is going to be out there looking for the people that did this.
Yeah,
good luck, buddy.
But yeah, number one, good luck. Secondly, don't be a dickhead.
Yeah,
don't ruin people.
You're smashing the snowman. I built a snowman outside of my house before.
That's your fault. Being a bloody spoil sport.
Cinder blocks in there. That's great.
Yeah, and those kids were laughing their asses off when they were doing that.
They were probably hid somewhere going. That's
incredible. So speaking of brazen automobile attacks in midday, I don't know if you saw this, but this was going pretty viral earlier today. Like a den of thieves style, let's call it, armored truck robbery happened at in Italy. I think we sent along a video to Brian, but yeah, like the guy here breaks down exactly what's happening, because most of the video that I've seen is in Italian. But yeah, look at this.
I did see this, but let's watch the video.
Rubando il furgone, guarda.
See those people?
Guarda.
Robbers.
Oh,
that's military grade explosives. This is a cash in transit van.
Guarda.
And this is happening this morning, I believe, in Italy.
Cristo Santo. Hanno fatto scappiare.
They stole 2.3 million.
Guardali.
That's them with the guns.
Yeah, so I did see this. They were pretending to
Third
be
world
police.
spec, isn't it?
They were pretending to be police. They pulled the van over, and then obviously, they had the explosives and the guns and the firepower and all the rest of it. Never mind Den of Thieves style. That's more like Lee Murray style. That's what I thought.
Yeah, that's like a straight up planned out, specific, got all the explosives and the machine guns and shit. Like that's like Italian job type shit.
$2.3 million though. That's pocket change.
What did Lee Murray and those guys take?
I think it was like 25 million pounds in 2006.
Yeah.
Which is taken to
53 million pounds in cash belonging to the Bank of England was stolen by Murray and his friends.
53 million. Yeah, that 2.3 million is chump change, man. You got to up those numbers.
Yeah. Yeah.
What movie is that?
Oh, Wolf of Wall Street.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites, man.
Yeah, you got to up those numbers. What was it? You jerk off?
Yeah. Like, 3-4 times a week. He's like, those
6,
are rookie
7,
numbers.
You got to up those numbers. Anyway, Harrington, let's get back on track with some mixed martial arts. And Lee Murray, by the way, is still in prison.
Yeah.
He should be out.
How long is it? So 2000
20 years. Wow. 20 years. I mean, granted, 53 million quid.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of dough.
Yeah.
It's a lot of dough. But, the man's done 20 years, for crying out loud. I saw the other day on the news, someone killed 4 people in the UK, I think it was, and he got like 30 years. And it's like, that's not enough time.
No.
You need to lock him up, throw away the key, or even just get rid, Anyway, whatever. MMA. Harrington, what have we got? There's a lot of stories here, but I'm failing to focus in on a single one because
most of the we've gotten through most of the actual news part. Ari Emanuel saying there's only going to be 6-7 fights at the White House. Justin Gaethje and Ilia Topuria 90% locked in for that card. So I have some rumors and a little bit of silliness for you guys.
Do we have the video of the ear biting situation?
We do. We certainly do.
Did you see that, Paul?
I saw it for a second. But I'd like to see it again.
But I've been at some events where shit is kicked off,
Like a
this
fight?
one was a bit crazy. Yeah, like I fought at Cage Warriors and a guy called Barrington Patterson, who was like kind of a connected guy. He's passed away now. He was known as head of the Zulus. That was his gang. And he had a fight and he lost the fight. And then the people in the attendance, in the crowd, did not appreciate it. That was a crazy, crazy brawl. And I mean, insane. I remember sitting there in the stands watching it, thinking, oh, this is kind of entertaining. You know what I mean? And then slowly but surely, it was like coming towards us. I'm
going to be in it soon.
I'm going to be in this in a minute. Let's get out of it.
I was calling the fight when the young kid, was he Brazilian? Bit the other kid on the inside of the arm.
Yep.
I was on the call for that.
Well, that's what happened here. The guy takes a chunk out of his ear.
Pretty low kick. Oh, hold it. Pretty low kick. Oh, hold it. Pretty low kick. Oh. Double under. Oh, shit.
That was a big bite.
They don't show the ear?
Yeah, but check this out now. The crowd goes ape shit. And he gets the absolute shit kicked out of him and he's running for his life. There comes a chair and another one.
Watch this guy. There's one dude with a chair waiting at the very end. That might be my favorite thing ever.
No, but then he's running down like the catwalk, the runway. He's trying to get out of there like his life depends on it. He gets up on there, he runs out, and then a fighter comes from backstage. I mean, he deserves it, to be fair.
Yeah.
Look at him trying to get away here. And then another dude, look at the fight comes out.
Front
kick. And he's loving it. He's loving it. He's laughing his head off.
Yeah, that's what you get.
28 stitches needed to reattach the man's ear.
So it like
stitches. Jesus Christ. I mean, he's never going to fight again. He shouldn't be allowed anyway, that's for sure.
I mean, Tyson did.
Tyson did. Mike Tyson did. He took a piece of Evander Holyfield's ear off, and he was allowed to fight again professionally. Okay, all right, I'll take it back. Sign him up. Get him in the UFC. Yeah. Is that it?
The pair had fought 2 months earlier, and that fight ended via DQ. These two are just not meant to fight each other, dude. It brings out the absolute worst in them. Yeah, I got so this one I thought was kind of interesting. Usman Nurmagomedov, he defended his title in the PFL over the weekend. He is a lightweight. Islam's now moved up to 170. He was very vocal, saying that he only has one fight left on his PFL deal, and whether he fights that fight, by year's end, he's going to be a free agent. So, do you think that now is the time for the latest Nurmagomedov to make his way over?
Paul?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not. I mean, the dude's an absolute stud, and I'm always curious to see how these guys do when they do really well in PFL or Bellator or over in Japan, and then we've seen guys come over and do really well, and we've seen guys really struggle. Aaron Pico really struggled. Patchy Mix really struggled. Michael Chandler has really struggled. But like RDR has had a lot of success coming over from one championship. I know he, lost his last fight, but he was on a massive win streak against really good competition until then. So, yeah, I think now is a good time for the UFC to start investing in these guys from other companies and kind of showing, because it's win-win. You either get a guy that comes in and he's a stud and does well, and you're glad to have him, or it just proves that you are the best proving ground out there for mixed martial arts if he doesn't.
Well, 21-0, 21 wins, 0 losses, 15 stoppages, 8 knockouts, 7 submissions, and never lost. So I was on a 21-fight win streak. I was going to say like a 7-fight win streak. He's on a 21-fight.
If you can get him, get him.
And if you're him, and I don't want to sit here and shit on the PFL.
Yeah,
but
at that point, you want to be fighting. Like clearly, it's time for a step up in a deeper swimming pool.
You want the biggest opportunities, and Alfie Davis, that's who we just beat at the weekend. Where's he from? He's from London Shoot Fighters in England. Good record, 20 wins, 6 losses. You know what I'm saying? But like the names that he could take on in the UFC, the level of and the magnitude of the matchups, not to mention the money that he could make. And I'm sure the PFL, they need their signature guys. So I'm sure he gets taken care of pretty well. But I don't know. It appears that the PFL, I don't know, it looks like a sinking ship from afar. I don't know. I don't follow it too closely, but I know that Don Davis, the head guy, kind of stepped away recently.
Yeah.
They're not putting on as many events as what they used to.
And even the ones that do happen, I got to be honest, I don't even know about it. Like I didn't even know that fight was taking place. And I know of him. I know how good he is. But again, it slips under my radar. And maybe it's because obviously we work for the UFC and we got to call the fights for the UFC. Then we're talking about the fights here on the podcast. So I don't have a ton of time to be investing in a bunch of different other organizations. So maybe that's why.
Yeah. And no, I mean, you said it perfectly. I'm going to say, I wish I could. I don't wish I could. I don't want to spend my spare time when because the UFC, there's almost fights every weekend, right? And we've got to be up on them. Saturday night, I was watching the fights. Even when I'm not working the fights, I'm watching the fights because A, I'm a fan of the sport, and B, it's like kind of my job. A, on the podcast Monday, we've got to go through it. B, when I'm calling someone's fight in the future, I've
already have seen it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can't watch every single MMA promotion out there. I just can't. And boxing, same thing. Like I like boxing. I watch the big matches. If there's a Canelo or there's a Anthony Joshua or whatever, those matches, I'll watch those. But I don't follow the ins and outs of the boxing world and the lesser known people. I just don't have the time to commit. I need some time for me. Do you know what I mean? In between flying around the world, Georgia, England, Vegas, Sydney. I've been home a few days. I'm finally starting to feel normal. There's no way I'm sitting down and getting into some good old-fashioned fucking PFL when I've got a Tuesday to myself. No way.
I'm with you, buddy. No fucking chance. No chance.
Oh, dear. All right, well, we ain't got much to talk about. Next week, we've got UFC Houston. We've got Sean Strickland versus Alexander Fluffy Hernandez, who joined the show recently. And I guess we'll wrap that one up. We'll make it a short one for today. As always.
We got some questions.
Oh, if you have a question, send them into bympod@gmail.com. You know the drill by now. Do the video, subscribe if you want, all that stuff. Leave a comment for the algorithm. I hate saying that shit, but people say it, and I don't even know if it pays off. But whatever, we've said it, we've done it, and there it is. Brian, what's the first question, mate?
All right, this one comes from Merritt Vaughn.
What's up, guys? I'm from Texas. My question for you today is on weight classes. I am trying to decide whether I should fight at 185 or 170. I'm 32 years old, 6'3". I walk around at about 195, 200. I eat pretty well. I maybe drink a little more beer than I should. And I train hard. I literally just did an hour on the bike and 10 rounds on the bag. So yeah, that's what I walk around at with a pretty good diet and a good amount of exercise in my regimen. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. Huge fan of the podcast, guys. Thank you so much for doing it. It really helps me get through my Tuesdays when I'm out on the road. I'm in beer sales. Huge fan. You guys have the best MMA podcast out, in my opinion. Yeah, so thank you so much. I was going to say fuck Harrington, but I don't know if I can do that anymore. He's kind of hosting the podcast sometimes. So, I don't know, fuck Brian, I guess.
Oh! Fuck Brian. There's a new one. How do you feel about that, Brian?
That ain't going to stick.
That ain't gonna stick. It hasn't got quite the same ring to it, if I'm honest.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. 185, my friend. If you're walking around 195, 200, you're yet to make, I assume, your pro debut.
Yeah.
You don't want to be cutting down to 170. Life is going to be miserable. You're not going to perform to the best of your ability. If you start at 185, you make it to the UFC, you're in the elite discussions, you're working towards a ranking, then maybe you can talk about 170 then. But at this stage of the game, you're already going to have a weight cut to make 185. So enjoy the process. Don't make it torturous and give yourself the best chance of winning these goddamn fights.
Yeah, no brainer there. If we're talking amateur fight, especially, and you're training for fun and you just want to test yourself and get in there and have a fight, have a few fights and just see where it goes, definitely don't start smashing the weight at this point in your very, very non-existent career as of yet. And it makes sense. You're drinking too many beers. He said he's on the road for beer sales. I mean, shit. I'd be testing the product too if I was in beer sales.
It's called the work-life balance.
Yeah.
You know, you got to have it. You got to have the yin and the yang, the good and the bad. 185. Brian.
The yin and the ling.
The yin and the ling? I don't get it.
Yingling, it's a type of beer.
I see what you did there. It was clever. I see.
Yeah, I'm sorry. After that one, it's back to fuck Harrington.
We have a quite suspect question from our British friend here. His name is Martin.
Hey, BYM crew, Martin here from London. Not going to complain about the weather because it's not raining today. That's always something. Big fan. Mike, been a fan of yours since the beginning. I got into UFC because of Tough 3. Didn't like it very much in the beginning, I'm going to be honest. I don't think anybody did. But you have grown, you have really found a place in all of our hearts. You've turned into a national treasure, a global icon, if you will. Right, here's my question, one of my questions. Who do you think, do you guys, all four of you think, is the best looking male UFC fighter that's been on the roster? Obviously, you two sexy bitches are not in the running because that would be corrupt. And I think it was that guy. I think his name is Brad Tavares. He fought. I think it's his first fight. I think he was a handsome bastard. My second question is: you take Tom Hardy, Jason Statham, both jacked action stars. Let's say they meet at 185, 205. Who do you got? Who do you think would win? How? And who would you corner? And what would your strategy be? All right, guys. Love the show. Keep up the good work. I'm looking out for the next episode. Looking forward to it. All right. Take care.
Cheers, mate. That was a good question. Like a good interaction, a good little video. That's the way to do it. Give us a little view of his balcony. Did we see some weight training equipment there? Overlooking the river or something? He's got a good setup.
He strikes me as a guy who's hitting the weights.
Yep. Also strikes as a guy that, admires
the male physique.
And sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes you got to tip your hat and say, this is a handsome guy.
Yeah.
Who is the most handsome guy to ever grace the UFC?
Oh, ever?
I mean, we'll throw it out there, ever. To grace the UFC's octagon. We've had some specimens. I've got one in mind.
Who are you going to say?
I mean,
it's got to be Paul Acosta.
Oh, interesting.
Costas,
I mean,
trying to think.
How many have been a Ralph Lauren model?
Okay.
How many got knocked the fuck out of UFC 199 by the name of Luke Rockhold? I mean, he was a handsome guy. Luke Rockhold was a handsome guy.
Alan Joban is definitely a good-looking guy who's also a model. Give a shout out to our boy Alan.
How about this? How about a fighter who was hot enough to be on the same level as the Brooklyn Wrens of the world? Elias Theodora.
R.I.P.
They had him as the R.I.P. dog.
He was Fabio. Let's say Elias. He was the man. Listen, I was in Belfast as a guest fighter with Elias, and we obviously went out every night. We were hanging out. He's the man. He was so much fun to hang out with. And dude, every fucking place that we went into, I might as well have just been dog shit on a shoe. Nobody even fucking cared about me because I'm hanging out with Elias. Every woman in that place would be looking there talking to him. He didn't have to do anything.
Yeah,
Elias didn't have to do anything, and I wasn't trying.
No, you were trying to get into Elias, and you just couldn't get.
I was trying to keep him for myself, and just I couldn't. So yeah, that's a good one, Harrington.
Good shout, because we got to keep the memory of Elias Theodoro alive. Great guy, awesome human being. I remember meeting his parents.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean.
I remember meeting his parents shortly after he passed away, and the UFC did like a tribute to him.
Yeah.
And it was just, I mean, obviously I don't need to explain that they were so heartbroken. But it was just, oh God, awful. On a lighter note, a quick Google search of the UFC's most handsome fighters. And if they ever search my computer, they're going to be like, here's what they have. Commonly cited as the most handsome UFC fighters. Paulo Costa. This is not in numerical order. And this is according to the AI overview. Paulo Costa, Luke Rockhold, Arman Tsarukyan. I don't get that one, but whatever floats your boat. Not my cup of tea. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, handsome devil.
Handsome devil.
Jorge Gamebred Masvidal.
Really?
I can see it. I mean, he's got the hair, and he's
got the swagger. He's got the
swagger. Not sure what I'd say if my daughter brought him home for dinner. George St. Pierre is on there.
People have loved George over the years, no doubt about that.
Cody Garbrandt is on there.
Yeah, and he's got that bad boy tattooed up, neck tattooed look about him. Yeah.
Dustin Poirier.
Yeah, I was going to bring up Dustin. Dustin's a handsome dude.
Ilia Topuria.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the whole El Matador vibe going. He's definitely got it. Yeah,
he's got it. I mean, I would. Leon Edwards. All day.
Let's go all in on this.
Yeah, exactly. Leon Edwards is on there. And last but not least, this is often considered for his looks. There's one pains me to say. Dominic Cruz.
All right, Dom. All right. Come on now.
Hold on. We got another list because this is fun. The top sexiest males. Costa 1, Drew Dober 2, McGregor 3. Yeah. Dober's got the jaw. He's got the chin, the facial structure. I'm just trying to find Jan Blachowicz in at number 6. No, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, that gives us a chance, Michael.
Big.
Polish power.
All day.
What about the namesake? Sexy Yama not on this list?
Sexy Yama was. I mean, he's old school though. He's
Mauricio Shogun Hua in the prime.
What about what was his name? He was the Mexican American, had the big tattoo on his shoulder. He was like on the cover of a magazine back. Roger Huerta. Yeah.
He was good, man.
He was fun, man. I used to love Roger Huerta.
Yeah. All right, should we leave that? I mean, Merab Dvalishvili's on this list. I mean, whatever floats your boat.
It's a sus list.
It's a bullshit list. I'm just throwing it out there. Justin Gaethje is on there as well at number 14. What? Yeah, man. I don't know who put this list. This is on Tapology.
This is a fun quote from Justin Gaethje this week. Just because you were talking about his attractiveness, he says he doesn't have a girlfriend or a wife right now because his worst performances in the UFC have come when he's in a relationship, and women are simply too crazy to balance when you're also focusing on a fighting career.
I did see that, and we should have talked about it earlier because people have probably signed off thinking the podcast was over. And I think he said he'd rather have a dog. You know?
And then we still got Jason Statham, Tom Hardy. Who you got?
I'm going. I mean, I think we got to go Tom Hardy. I think Tom is a lot bigger than Jason too. I know he's jacked, but I think Jason's kind of a smaller guy. I don't think he's real big, is he? He was a diver back in the day.
And Tom Hardy, you know,
now legit trains MMA and jiu-jitsu and stuff. So I mean, Jason's a badass, but I think if we're talking straight up, actually fisticuffs, he's going to lose.
I'm sorry, but I'm really enjoying the most handsome fighter conversation. I'm all in on this topic. You know, we got Cyril Gahn. He's in at number 18.
Yeah. I mean,
for the Frenchies, come on, man. He's a handsome guy.
And Adonis.
Yeah. Who's Khabib at number 33? Number 33, to be fair.
Yeah, that's low.
I don't see our name on the list.
Hey, we didn't make the cut, baby.
We didn't make the cut. Oh, shit. Tom Hardy wins that one, in my humble opinion. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the Believe You Me podcast. Thank you for watching. We'll be back next week. As always, sign off, Paul.